Welcome to the English Hour. This is the place where we tell interesting stories to help you learn English. Today's story is called The Secret of the Abandoned House. It is a mystery story about a young man named Daniel who finds an old house with a hidden past. What will he discover? Listen carefully, enjoy the adventure, and improve your English skills. Now, get comfortable, and let's begin. Daniel Parker was a young journalist. He loved writing about history and mysteries. One day, he was walking through a small town called Riverdale. He was looking for an interesting story to write about. As he walked, he saw an old house at the end of Pine Street. The house was big, dark, and covered in ivy. The windows were broken, and the garden was full of wild plants. Daniel felt curious. Why was this house abandoned? Who lived here before? He walked to a small shop nearby. An old woman was sitting behind the counter. "Excuse me," Daniel said. "Can you tell me about the house on Pine Street?" The woman's eyes widened. She shook her head. "That house has been empty for 50 years, she said. "Nobody goes inside." "Why?" Daniel asked. The woman whispered, "Because people say it's haunted." Daniel smiled. He did not believe in ghosts, but he did believe in great stories. He decided to go inside the house and find out the truth. That night, Daniel took a flashlight and walked to the abandoned house. The wind was cold, and the trees moved like shadows in the dark. He pushed the old wooden door. Creak, it opened slowly. Inside, the house was silent and dusty. The furniture was covered with white sheets. Cobwebs hung from the ceiling. Daniel walked into the living room. On the fireplace, there was an old black and white photograph of a family, a man, a woman, and a little girl. He picked up the photo. On the back, there was a name. The Winstons, 1953. Daniel felt a chill. What happened to them? Where did they go? Then, he heard a noise. Tap, tap, tap. It was coming from upstairs. Daniel took a deep breath and walked up the stairs. Each step made a loud creak under his feet. At the end of the hallway, he saw a door that was slightly open. He pushed it. Inside, there was a small study with a huge bookshelf covering one wall. Daniel shined his flashlight across the books. Then, he noticed one book was missing. There was an empty space in the shelf. Curious, he touched the empty space. Click, suddenly, the bookshelf moved. It was a secret door. Behind the bookshelf, there was a hidden room. Daniel stepped inside. There was a desk covered in papers, an old typewriter, and a locked wooden box. He picked up a piece of paper and read it. "If anyone finds this, the truth is hidden inside the box." Daniel's heart beat fast. What truth? What secret was in the box? He needed to find the key. Daniel searched the room. He opened drawers and looked under furniture. Then, he saw a small hole in the floor. He reached inside and felt something cold and metal. It was a key. Excited, he used the key to open the wooden box. Inside, there were letters, old newspaper clippings, and a small diary. Daniel took out the diary and opened it. The name inside was Margaret Winston, the little girl in the photo. He read the first page. October 3rd, 1953. "I am scared. Papa says we must leave the house tonight, but he won't tell me why." Daniel flipped through the pages. The last entry said, October 5th, 1953. "I heard Papa talking to someone. He said, we must hide the truth before they find out, but who is they? I don't understand. We are leaving tomorrow. I hope we will be safe." Daniel's mind raced. What truth were they hiding? Then, he saw the newspaper clippings. One headline caught his eye. "Local bank robbery minus 1,953. Daniel's hands trembled as he read. The newspaper article said that in 1953, a group of men stole a fortune from the town's bank, but the police never found the money. Daniel's eyes widened. Was the Winston family involved? He looked back at the box. Beneath the papers, he found a small velvet bag. He opened it and his breath caught. Inside, there were gold coins and old dollar bills. Daniel sat back in shock. The stolen money. Now he understood. Mr. Winston must have hidden the money and run away with his family. But he never returned. Was he hiding from someone? Or was he caught? Daniel didn't know, but he had found a piece of history that had been lost for 50 years. Daniel took pictures of everything and closed the wooden box. As he left the house, the sun was rising. The dark, mysterious house now looked different. It was still old and broken, but now it told a story. Daniel returned to his office and wrote an article about what he found. His story made headlines. The secret of the abandoned house finally revealed. People in the town were amazed. Some still believed the house was haunted. Others were just happy to finally know the truth. And as for Daniel, he had found not just a mystery but a story worth remembering. Thank you for listening to the English Hour. We hope you enjoyed this mystery story. What do you think happened to the Winston family? Let us know in the comments. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more stories. See you next time. Goodbye.